So here we are at Sonadora at Watergate Marina. This is right down on the Mississippi River. That's the Mississippi way over there. And we have a spot here right next to a park with lots of trees. This is going to be important in a minute when I explain why there's 2 feet of water inside the boat. That's a cottonwood up there, I believe. There's plenty of those around here, as well as other trees and leaves and crap like that. There's my workbench right over there. So let's go ahead and get the siphoning gear out of here. This is stuff that I usually use for cleaning out the pond in our garden. When they set up the boat on the stands originally, it wasn't level. The bow is down in the front. Can't really tell from here, but I had asked them to level it out, and then I changed my mind because what I wanted to do was keep all the crappy water from coming out of the scuppers and running down the side and making it filthy. So I figured I'd just go ahead and use the bow drains, which I'm having second thoughts about. So anyway, let's take a look here. As you can see, there's some water is pooling up here behind the bulwarks, and then usually what I do is take that brush and push it into the drains right down in here. That works for the most part, except for those damn cottonwood trees and all the cottonwood or cotton or whatever the hell it is that comes out of the trees, collects on the deck and clogs the drain. So what you'll see down here is the drain, and notice here where the chain comes in, you can kind of see that water has been going through there because there's a bunch of junk collected on the chain there. And guess where that goes? It goes down into the chain locker. The chain locker drains into the bilge, but since we're bowed down here, the bilge just fills up rather than going to the bilge under the engine, which is probably good in this case. But we've had a lot of rain the last couple weeks. I've been trying to stay on top of it, but didn't realize this was going to happen. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And there's our bilge pump, which is pretty much shot. We need to replace that. It's kind of dark down here, so we'd have to turn the light on. I think you can see that. Yeah, the bilge is completely full of water. And that's where the drain for the locker, the chain locker, comes in forward of all this stuff here. These are all the valves for the water system. That's all the electrical for the mast. So luckily, nothing real major down there that I can think of that's going to be a problem. I didn't check the fuel tank to see if there's a bunch of water there. It probably is, so I might have to do something about that too. But I had plans to take that tank out and make a new one. But so let's get the siphon going here and get the water out. I have to open up a port here and get the screen out. See what happens. Okay, this is just a crappy little plastic siphon. Get that at any hardware store. Had this one for years. It's got leaks and all kinds of problems with it, but it should still work. All I need to do is get the needs to work enough to get the water up the hose. Once it starts draining out the boat, then it'll pick up momentum and start flowing out all by itself. That's kind of how a siphon works. Okay, gotta put the camera down because I gotta disconnect this siphon here. Okay, so that's the fuel tank. You can maybe see that there's water all around the sides there, but it didn't come up over the tank. So hopefully that's not a big deal, because we may not be able to get to tank replacement this summer. There we go. It's going to take a while to drain all that out, but I got plenty of other things to do while that happens. You might be able to tell that it actually kind of went down a little bit there already. Boy, this sucks.